All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And so the last thing on this list is recognition of the city manager, Greg Usry, by mayor and council at your last council meeting. And I know my colleagues, why don't I let folks say what they want to say? And we've got some parting gifts for you here, too. I'm going to start down there. Mr. Cunningham, do you have, or does anybody have comments?
Yeah, Greg, I've got comments for me, and people have sent me some comments who couldn't be here. And I know we've got someone here who also wants to make comments in the audience, probably more than one. So I'll just start with some of the people who sent me things. Steve Otis, our assemblyman, is up in Albany working on the state budget. I know he called the mayor, and I think he tried to reach you as well, and he just said he wanted to extend his thanks and best wishes to you and said he would speak with you directly. Note from Steve. And Lori Fontaines, who's off in Paris, wanted me to share her thoughts, and she writes, Greg, it was truly an honor and a pleasure to work with you through some challenging years for the city, starting in the pandemic when I was still on CCAC and continuing through my service on the council. I enjoyed our time together and believe the city benefited greatly from your efforts and your leadership. Of course, I can remind myself of this every day when I see your favorite brasserie right outside my window in Paris. Oh, man. A la prochaine, M. Usry. So good wishes from her. We have also some comments from our state senator, Shelley Mayer, and I think Brian actually has those for you.
Everyone, this is State Senator Shelley Mayer, and I'm sorry I can't be with you. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to Greg Usry for his years of service to the city of Rye. It's truly been a pleasure working together and finding every opportunity to collaborate. Congratulations on your retirement. Your positive impact on the city of Rye and your unwavering dedication have truly improved this community. Thank you for your years of public service, and I am sure the next chapter will be rewarding and hopefully fun.
So now I have a couple comments, and then I know everybody else's comments, and other people have comments that people have sent them, so this can be a little while. Mine should be short. Greg, the first word that comes to mind when I think about you is integrity. Your integrity is just outstanding. You are a model of it. You've always been a straight shooter with me, the community, the council, no matter what the issue, and I so value that. It has made serving with you a pleasure, absolutely. And your dedication to always doing right by our Rye community and our staff and our volunteers, again, a model truly outstanding. I know it comes from a deep passion for our city and your years here as a resident and as a volunteer before you accidentally said yes back when you were hired and then stayed on for a much longer tour. And thank you. You're a model resident, model citizen, and a model manager. I personally will miss our time problem solving together and working on opportunities, and it's really been terrific. I wish you the very best, and I look forward to staying in touch.
Mr. Ward.
Thank you. So I've been asked to read a comment from Sarah Goddard. I've known Greg for many years. Our sons were at Midland, and we often shared war stories about raising rambunctious boys. In a town full of high achievers, Greg, who could count himself as one of them, stood out for his easygoing personality. I always enjoyed our many conversations. He was smart, funny, and blissfully always avoided lengthy monologues about his work life. All of this is to say that long before he took the lead position at City Hall, I knew Greg as a person of intelligence and integrity who people gravitate towards. Those qualities remain just as true today as in his role as city manager. What I would come to admire even more in my working relationship with Greg is his courage. Leading a city isn't easy, and in a place like Rye, filled with accomplished, driven people, you have to earn respect. Rye residents expect the best from their government, but at a minimum expense. That's where Greg and his team at City Hall have excelled, using their creativity and skills to run an efficient, lean operation. It will be extremely difficult to replace Greg. I don't say that because I like the guy. I say it because despite his enormous constraints and challenges he's faced during his tenure, he always put his community first and strived for excellence. Thank you, Greg, for all you've done for us. I hope you get plenty of well-earned rest and relaxation. You deserve it. It's fitting that I'm reading Sarah's comments. I took over her seat, but also she was the one who introduced us. I was taking on my role as chair of the Sustainability Committee. I said, this guy Greg, he's kind of difficult. And Sarah introduced us, and I had a meeting with you, and you weren't difficult. You were great. Like, you're open to things. Hey, James, we can only do so much, but I always felt like you were dealing with me square, heart open. And then when I came to City Council, just great transitioning. And, again, I've really enjoyed our powwows. And I'll miss you. And I'll give you my biggest compliment, which is you're a good man. Thank you very much.
Jamie.
Wow, quite an act. I actually am looking at this woman over here in the back. Mary Beth was my first introduction to Rye. She couldn't have been a more welcoming person. So the fact that she married you, first and foremost, really matters in my book. So I just want to add my heartfelt thank you for stewarding our city through the last 6 years. You've said it tonight, so I feel I'm being repetitive, but through COVID and the storm disasters and the changing leadership of the council, you took on a challenge, leaving a career in the private sector to join us as our city manager, and you got us all through numerous crises with your staff. But in the end, Greg, you needed to be at the helm. 6 years later, after what I understand were some very bruising moments, I am confident to say that Rye was lucky to have you. Not just for the work you did that made the news, but for all the work you did strengthening the day-to-day functioning of our city and always trying to do the best by your staff. Almost every week I send you a question or a concern that surfaces in the community. And you are usually already aware or respond within hours, and I always learn from you. We as volunteers on City Council can be a challenge to manage at times. Personally, though, I want Rye residents to understand that every time I read one of your emails or spar with you over an issue, which we do, you are helping me to become a better representative. That is your role, and you have done it with integrity and grace. So thank you, Greg. Really, really, truly. You mean so much to me.
Anderson.
Greg, we've known each other for quite a while. Beth and I, and you and Mary Beth, our kids went to school together. We've played golf together. We've pretty much known you guys most of the time we've lived in Rye. So as far as our professional relationship, first I want to say it's been a real pleasure working with you these past 3 years. I've gotten to know you better, I think, and understand more what a great person you are, a really great person. Second, you've been the ultimate public servant. You've been a great leader and mentor for our really great city employees. You've provided wisdom, candid feedback, and sage advice for all of us on the City Council. You've been a great listener and responsive to all our citizens, a very important part of the job, as you know, and not an easy one. You've been a devoted servant, toiling long hours, working on weekends, and leading the staff by example. Third, you've been very successful in your second career here on the city council, or on as a city manager. This is evident by the current state of our city operations, a lot of which you summarize this tonight. Our strong financial position, our great, really great senior city staff that we have, the innovation you have brought to city operations, and the high level of satisfaction of our citizens, although some still will complain, but I think generally speaking, we all love living here, and there's a very high level of satisfaction. So bravo and congratulations on your retirement. Thank you for your dedicated service. You will surely be missed, and certainly your time here will not be forgotten. More to be said at your retirement party.
Keith?
Greg, I want to thank you for spending all your time over the last 5 years, giving us the advice on the City Council on numerous challenging decisions that the City Council had to proceed with. I also want to thank you for putting together a document that will probably go down, and sometime down in the future, someone will be doing a similar, as you did, present some documents of past achievements of the city of Rye and what the future held for those people coming forward in those city councils. The amount of achievements that you've made over the last 5 years are just unbelievable. You've set your successor up for success. You've set the city of Rye up for success going forward. And the city council's job has been made tremendously less troubling with your advice that you've given us over time. It's been an honor of working with you and getting to know you. Thank you.
Thank you. Catherine, did you want to say something? Sorry.
Yes, I stayed around just for this. And I'm so glad that I did, because I wouldn't have wanted to miss the list of all the things that you have accomplished as city manager. That was incredibly powerful. And I've been around a long time. I remember when Frank Coloros was manager the first time. I remember Paul Shue. I could go through the list. But what you showed tonight really showed that within 5 short years, the legacy that you leave behind is really one of an exemplary city manager. No shoes will be able to fill that, but I'm sure somebody will try. I really want to thank you as a Rye resident, as an elected official, that I have always felt that it was excellent having a collaboration between the city and the county. You were, absolutely wonderful to work with. And I do wish you the best, though I am so sorry to see you leave. So thank you again for all that you've done for Rye. Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine. All right, we have some gifts for you.
Wait,
Rye.
Julie, there's some other folks who want to say a few words.
I'm sorry.
So
Please.
I know
go.
you've got the.
Sorry. I'm like,
The
presents.
you have
Presents
the
are
finale.
fun. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, please.
Hello, Council. I'm Joe Pecora, Chairman of the Boat Basin Commission. I do want to extend, your continued success. But I just wanted to touch on something. I mean, he had a huge list up there. And as the Boat Basin, that's a small part, but it's huge. Because I think most of I've been up here numerous times asking for things, trying to educate what was going on. And, I came in here with conspiracy theories. Greg was no good. And, I thought it was going to be adversarial. And our first meeting was tough. But we both walked away from each other realizing we both wanted the same goal, And Greg, I can't extend enough your professionalism, was just phenomenal. And at the end of the day, you got the job done. We got the job done. But it's a testament to you. And I have faith going forward because, like you say, staff, you have a phenomenal staff. You brought in Brian, and hopefully, he has. I always say, the problem is the continuity. You know, you talk about Culross. Well, when the dredges got done, he was there for how many years? We haven't had continuity, but you set us up for success. And once again, I just want to thank you, and I commend what you did. I think it was great. You solved a problem that many couldn't. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
Chris, did you want to say something? Come on up.
So on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Rye Free Reading Room and myself, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Greg, for being an amazing partner for these last 5.5 years. I don't know that there's a city manager who's stepped into the role of city manager knowing more about the library finances. Since right before you came into the role, we had just finished working with the Citizens Finance Committee to explain our books. Through the collaboration with you, you've helped ensure stability in library programs and services. We were able to bring back public service hours, expand the book sale, and turn the Village Green into a celebration every summer with programs. I hope you have fond memories of seeing Donnie Do and Story Time and Summer Olympics take place as families celebrated on the green. So thank you so much for being a partner these last few years. I will miss knowing that if I'm in the office around 8:30, there's an 80-20% chance I'll see you either heading to Starbucks or coming back. That's a nice little routine. But thank you on behalf of the board and the patrons that we serve, all of Rye residents, for all that you have done and for being a fantastic partner. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Presents. I'm going to open this for you because Bill wants it. But we have, for God's sake, can you see it? Good God, there's a lot of tape. Hold on. Here we go. I don't know where you want to put this.
Well, it's replacing Midland Avenue. Isn't it?
Yeah, This is for you to look at while you imbibe this. This is from all of us sitting up here, including the mayor who's here.
And Kristen.
And Chris, that's why I said all of us sitting up here. We're all, Kristen and the council and the mayor. Thank you, Greg, and we wish you the very best. I think a long vote. Yeah. He's very proud of this bottle. This is, this is fancy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's fancy.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Look at the back.
Ah, that's great.
Engraved.
Oh, you've seen this. So.
Enjoy, Greg. And with that, may I have a motion?
I move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Greg.